What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today, well, for a little while here, we've been putting in fence posts. Actually, the railroad ties. I haven't had any way to catch the cows, and well, I kind of have. I have a small catch pen here with a little head gate in there, which any of you that don't know, you can run them through the chute, and then there's a head gate that closes and closes them in. So then I can work on them. I can castrate them, or I can tag them, or if there's a sick one, which we don't normally have, it can be treated. You know, I can do several things, and since we've gotten the head gate, I've only been able to use it a couple times because we don't have a facility to catch them anymore. We used to down in the other barn, in the red barn, which we converted over to pigs, and since then I have just not had any good way to catch them. And with beef prices going up, I'm getting more phone calls for meat. We're also starting to sell more calves for people that are raising their own beef. So I saw an opportunity to expand the farm and to get set up for the next generation or two. I don't know that my daughters would do anything. My grandson probably. He loves it over here. So even if he doesn't take over the farm, I want him to be able to experience farm life, if that makes any sense. Like, I learned so much stuff from my grandfather that I've taken with me through my life. And, you know, whether or not somebody takes over the farm, my daughters have both said, and my son have said, that they want to keep it in the family. So, but if they see me struggle catching cows, there ain't a one of them that wants to come out here. So with this setup, I'll show you when we get done. But what it's going to be is, it's going to be a big pen around here. It's going to be a big rectangle. It's 48 feet by 32 feet. And then if you come up through here, there'll be a chute. There'll be an alleyway up through here. These gates will be moved. And they will come over to a feeder right here. So I'm going to put boards on there, so I'll feed hay on that side. They'll eat all winter on this side. So that was my other thing, is if you look around, it looks like a golf course. That's no bueno. Like, because we're all grass fed, you know, I don't want to be feeding hay already. It's September 18th, I think, and we're feeding hay already because it's been so dry, and the pastures can never really recover, especially if we continue to grow our herd. So I've wanted to, for years, go to a rotational grazing, and for years I have not been able to do that because of mostly money and just frustration that, you know, I don't know where to start. So I have a clean slate, and, you know, what I'm doing is not working. So we ended up selling a bull, our big bull. The neighbor wanted a bull, and I was going to sell them a little smaller bull because he was easier to catch. But the big old dude went on the trailer, and we sold him. So I was not planning on any of that money. So what I did was I tithed 10% of that money, and then I went out and I bought fencing. I spent $1,000 on fencing. I bought the railroad ties. I bought the hog cattle panels, which I think they gave me hog panels, which is, they're just a little bit smaller. But I don't care because I'm going to put boards on the bottom here. I'll show you. Anyway, that's what I did. I invested back in the farm, and I was not planning on doing this. So my focus was, as you all know, the stone house. But I had an opportunity to do this. So I really want to hammer it out before winter comes. And winter is around the corner. we're in upstate New York, and you never know when the weather's going to change. And the other thing is this digger, the post hole digger. We have a surprise coming to the farm, which I can talk a little bit on that. But my son's friend got that for the other pasture for the thing that I swore was never going to come to this farm. But we are getting a horse. So they've been after me for a year and a half. My son's friends, they got married a few years ago. They had a child now, and they're boarding this horse. So as you know, I'm all about helping people, and I'm all about saving people money. So they're spending $500 a month to board a horse that they see maybe once or twice a month. So he will be coming here. He's a retired racehorse. He's 23 years old. We've been keeping that on the down low, but we have the horse pasture set up, mostly set up. They helped me last week. It sealed the deal because they said they would come help me. So I told them I didn't want more work, and they were going to come help me. So I said, okay, fine. You come help me, and you pay for all the actual fencing. I paid for the fence posts because the fence posts are going to stay here. Like, the fencing, you know, something happens to the horse, I'll probably tear that down and put in a high tensile fence for the cows. So, all that being said, that's what I've been up to. You know, I just been in a funk. I don't know if YouTube's for me. I love it, and I want to show my grandkids, you know, how we change our life, but it's just a struggle, man. Like, because my life's not changing. It is slowly, but it's frustrating, you know. A lot of you know I'm in crypto. We're in, you know, silver and a little bit of gold, and I want to get into real estate, and it's just a slow grind, man. I'm grinding every single day, mostly because we're not getting any rain. It's nice out, and I know winter's coming, so like I said, this was an afterthought, but I'm grinding till 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you know, I take a lot of heat for that. Now with my family, we made a decision to grind for a couple years till we can get out of debt, we can get straightened around, and then if we sacrifice a few years where we don't go away, we don't eat out any more than we have to, and we just grind, and you know, I get heat for that, and I don't care, because I know eventually the ship will come in. Like, if I grow the herd, or if I get set up now, I can grow the herd, and like, I can expand my pastures over across the street, and by doing all of this, like, I can let the land rest. I can let the grasses get tall. I can let the earthworms come back into the ground. I can, you know, just heal myself, my family, and the land by doing all this right now. And even though it wasn't my plan, it wasn't in my radar. I mean, I was hoping to do it within the next 5 years, but it wasn't in this year's plan. My plan was to grind on the stone house, to get that open in the spring. But we're still on schedule for spring. I just had some concrete work up there which needs to be done before fall, or before the weather turns. So it's just time to grind, man. And you know, if you've been here, if you've been this long in a video, like, buy some silver. Go buy a couple silver rounds. It will change your life, man. Go to a coin store. You know, you don't need a lot. Just a couple bucks will buy you a couple dimes. You know, I don't remember the exact amount. I think less than 10 bucks will grab you a couple of little dimes, which is called junk silver. I buy the rounds, which I think is at 40 bucks an ounce now, which is cool because I bought that at 23 bucks an ounce. So technically, I'm doing good. Like, I made money. But I don't have a lot of silver, so it's not like I can go cash that in and go buy a rental house. So, all that being said, I know this is longer, but that's where we're at right now. I'm not even going to tell you that I'm going to make more videos. I will. I just don't know when. Like, I keep telling people we're going to do this and do that, and I don't. Like, I don't, because I see opportunities and I jump on them, and I really think right now it's time for me to expand on the beef. I know the market will come down, but prices are going to go up. You know, they just raised the Fed. The Fed just raised 25 basis points, and people are going to think this is amazing, and this is, but I believe that they're going to hold for quite some time now, into 2026. I could be wrong. This is all new to me, but you know, if they lower too much, it's going to cause a ton of inflation or hyperinflation, and inflation is not keeping up with your groceries. Meat prices are going to go up. Like, go get some meat now. Go stock up your freezer now. Get to know a farmer. Buy a quarter cow. Buy an eighth of a cow. Go to Costco's or BJ's and buy up some big roasts. They usually have them cheap there. We even buy them. And then you cut them into chunks or cut them into chops if you buy the pork loin. Cut them into nice little pork chops and throw them in the freezer. Like, save wherever you can. I'm telling you, beef prices are coming up, and I don't know how guys are making it. They're paying ridiculous money at the auction. So with that, I love y'all. Thank you for sticking around with me and pushing me through. Get to know a farmer, and I will see you on the next one.